Avram said unto the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto Yahweh God Most High, possessor, acquirer of skies and earth, that I will not take a thread, nor a shoe latchet, nor aught that is thine, lest thou shouldst say, I have made Abram rich, except only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men that went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion. Bereshit, Genesis chapter 15, in the Lawful Literal version. After these things the word of Yahweh was unto Abram in the vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am a shield to thee, and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, My Lord Yahweh, what wilt thou give me, seeing I am walking bare, and he that shall be possessor of my house is Damashq Eliezer? And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast not given seed, and lo, one born in my house is my heir. And behold, the word of Yahweh was to him, saying, This man shall not be thy heir, but he that shall come forth out of thy own bowels shall be thy heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward the skies, and number the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said to him, So shall thy seed be. And he was trusting in Yahweh, and he reckoned it to him for righteousness. And he said to him, I am Yahweh that brought thee from Ur of Kashtim, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said, My Lord Yahweh, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? And he said to him, Take me a heifer 3 years old, and a she-goat 3 years old, and a ram 3 years old, and a turtle-dove, and a young pigeon. And he took him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each half opposite the other, but the birds divided he not. And the birds of prey came down upon the carcasses, and Abram drove them away. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said to Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be sojourners in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. But thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. And in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorri is not yet full. And it was that when the sun went down, and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace, and a flaming torch, that passed between these pieces. In that day Yahweh made a covenant with Abram, saying, To thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Mithraim to the great river, the river Purat, the Qeni, and the Qenezi, and the Qedmoni, and the Chetti, and the Perezi, and the Rephaim, and the Amorri, and the Knaani, and the Girgashi, and the Yebusi. Now Sarai, Avram's woman, bare him no children. and she had a handmaid, a Mithriath, whose name was Hagar.